Okay, time on our show to focus on the NPL Premier Division and a resurgence in form for the Gladiators for Matlock Town Football Club as they stay in the mix for the playoffs. I'm delighted to say we're joined once again by the Gladiators manager, Martin Carruthers. Martin, 2 wins in the space of 4 days. You must be a very happy man.
Yeah, absolutely delighted. We asked the players for a response to very disappointing results and performances away at both Whitby and Moss, and games we went expecting to win and get 3 points. But, as we found out this season, if you're not 100%, you won't win games of football. And in all honesty, Marsk and Whitby wanted it more than us on those two occasions, and that's the first time that's happened since we came in December, me and Wayne, and we wanted to rectify it. I think it was a blessing in disguise that we had a free Saturday. We've had some good training sessions. We had a team bonding session with all the lads, which I think really helped for us to get to know each other a little better and have a few drinks down at the football club, which served as well. So it's great to get that response and 2 wins. And although it's still a tall order, we're very much back in the mix. And if we can win 4 games out the next 4, then we still might make it. So it's a massive task, but one we're up for, and the lads have shown that they're willing to do everything to try and get in those playoffs.
Yeah, we'll just have a look first of all at that Liversidge game last weekend, because I know Liversidge are in a big battle themselves. They're looking at the wrong end of the table. They're scrapping for every point that they can. Just how delighted were you that you were able to get a win back on the board? Because I know you were going through a little bit of a tough spell, a couple of disappointing results, but just how pleased were you with the team's resilience there to pick up the 3 points against a team battling for their lives?
Yeah, and to play Liversidge, it was pretty similar to Marsk and Whitby away. Difficult pitch, a team fighting for their lives. And in all honesty, the games that I've watched, the reports about Liversidge, where they were better sides than Marsk and Whitby. So we knew it was going to be a really tough game. We know they'd played 3 games in the previous 6 days, so they may have been a little bit tired, and we had to play on the front foot. I think the biggest issue, as we all know, this season has been our lack of goals. And we've won a lot of games 1-0, or we've drew too many games. Hence we've slipped away from the playoff hunting pack. So, although we went 1-0 up at half time, the message at half time was we need to score a second goal. We can't keep relying on, the defence to hold out and keep clean sheets, because, it's so difficult. And we did manage to get that second goal, and it's been a big relief.
Yeah, and then Tuesday nights, 4 days afterwards, earlier this week, a really, really good and impressive 3-2 victory at home against Marine, who are in a very similar position to yourselves. They're still in the playoff mix too. Yeah, really impressive victory. Sounded like an absolute thriller, one of the most entertaining games of the season yet at Causeway Lane. Just how impressed were you to get to follow up that victory against Liversidge with a win against fellow playoff contenders?
Again, the message was clear to the players. We took a calculated gamble. We chucked 17-year-old Archie White in on his debut. He looked really impressive in training, and we've worked in training in the last week or so on getting the balls out wide, putting crosses early into the box. 75% of goals are scored from crosses, and we haven't produced enough crosses. Our quality from front to back hasn't been good enough to our strikers, hence our lack of goals. We can't just blame the strikers for not scoring goals. The service has to be right as well, and we wanted to give them every chance of creating good quality chances and opportunities. And in fairness, we probably could have scored 4 or 5 last night, and Marine could have scored 4 or 5. It was an end-to-end game. Soldi's made some great saves. Their keepers made some good saves. We've missed good chances. They've missed good chances. We both could have had a penalty. They scored 2 and we scored 3, and luckily we came out on top. But I was really impressed with Reece Steich and Cole DeMid. They looked really good when Demi came on against Liversidge, and they both created a chance for each other. We did the same again tonight. They were really aggressive against 2 really aggressive centre halves. They linked up well, and JJ And young Archie, produced some real good flank play, and put some good balls in the box. Yeah, so it was just so pleasing that both your strikers get on the score sheet. Alburn got on the score sheet as well. We tried him in centre mid last night, and I thought he was excellent as
Mm.
well. And it was just a real, aggressive front foot performance from us. Yeah, we don't want to concede goals, but unfortunately, the way the world is, if you're going to create chances and score goals, you do leave yourself vulnerable to counter attack and open at the other end. So, we don't want draws and 1-0 wins now. We're going to go all out to get 2 and 3 goals. We have the firepower to do it now. We've still got, Brad Wells, Harry Wakefield, and Sluy you know, not available, well, not available, but on the bench on the fringes. And we're going to need all those players in the next 4 games, with injuries and suspensions. Obviously, we lost Evo Saturday with his ankle, and it's touch and go whether he'll be back for the last couple of games, but hopefully he will. But everything that's happened this season, we've dealt with. And, what better time now to start, really putting in some good, solid performances, creating lots of chances than in the running, because, it's always the team that's in form. If you do sneak into the playoffs, that can also win the playoffs. So that's our task now. That's our game plan. Go all out, really aggressive, attacking football, and see where it takes us.
Yeah, obviously not long left now in the season, just 4 regular league games left, and obviously, hopefully for Matlock, at least one more in the playoffs. But you must be really happy with the contributions of your signings that you've made just before that transfer window ended. So you mentioned Reece Dyche there. I saw his goal earlier this morning on the highlights. Absolutely sensational there. He could almost be playing international football with strikes like that. And
Yeah, definitely. He might get a call up for Gibraltar soon
yeah.
if he keeps playing like that. No, I mean I just watched it earlier, and it was an unbelievable first touch and turn on the edge of the box, and we know that's what he can bring. He can score goals out of nothing, and that's what you want your strikers to do. We had Carl Demid, and if I'm completely honest, if he wouldn't have got injured away at Stafford, when he scored that thunderbolt, but he's playing at 70-80%, and that's been an impact on our performances and goals scored as well. But those two look, really, really good and sharp together. So, it's exciting going into the running that, you've got 2 strikers who we know, are scoring goals and can score goals, moving forwards.
Yeah, and just in terms of Archie White, 'cause I know he's already got a chance and he's only played 1 game so far for Matlock. I've got a feeling he could end up being a fan's favourite, obviously, with his dad's strong roots to the Gladiators. Just how happy were you with the impact that he makes? I know you've said before, it might have been seen as a bit of a gamble, spotting a 17-year-old straight into the lineup, but it seemed as if he had a great impact.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in young players, and I take them on what I see in training, and I really like what I've seen in training. He's got great feet, he's got great attitude, and his delivery of crosses, and he's exciting. And what sometimes they have no fear, and they don't dwell on it. I didn't want to tell him the night before the game. I didn't tell him until he got to the game last night. I didn't want to put too much pressure
Yeah.
or nerves on him, and it didn't affect him one bit. The only downside is that he probably should have scored 2 goals, but again, his overall contribution, he produced the winner for Carl Demid. So he's a really exciting prospect, and we have to manage him. We have to be mindful that he's only 17, and it's a big ask to come in, and sometimes adrenaline gets you through those first few games, but he's certainly somebody who will be key for us, in the last few games of the season.
Fantastic. And just finally then, Martin, so in terms of the table, 4 points off a playoff spot with 4 games to go. Your next 2 games are coming up really soon, with it being Easter weekend. So you're at home against Atherton Collieries. And then on the bank holiday Monday, a big Derbyshire derby away at Belper Town, who very recently had their relegation confirmed. I think realistically, if you are going to get into the playoffs, do you think both those games you are going to have to win?
Yeah, we're going to have to win both of those. I said to the lads, normally it's between 70 and 74 points that get you into the playoffs. At the minute, even if we win our remaining 4 games, it will give us 70 points, and that may not, it may not be enough. But luckily, we've still got Bamber Bridge to play, we've got Marine to play, but in the meantime, we've got to play Atherton, and we're still very much in the relegation dogfight, so we know that's not going to be easy. And then you've got Belper, although they're relegated, they'll be playing for pride, and they've picked up a lot since Lee Attenborough came in. So, he won't want to lose any more games till the end of the season. We'll be looking at players, who wants to keep next season. So players there will be trying to prove themselves. So, unfortunately, yeah, it's just facts of life. We have to win both those games to stand any chance.
Okay, then we'll see how the Gladiators get on. Hopefully it's a couple more wins to make it 4 wins in a row, and you'll be right on the brink of that coveted 5th spot to get you into the playoffs. So we'll speak to you again soon, Martin. Thank you for your time, and best of luck for the next couple of games.
Cheers, mate.